This is News 14 Carolina Meteorologist Matthew East here with you. You've clicked onto the Friday edition of the Carolina weather video here for this 26th day of June. Heat has been a big weather story as we've gone through this week. A really impressive and oppressive heat wave for parts of the southern plains down into the Gulf Coast region. And let me show you the upper air pattern today. This is off the NAM, and still a pretty substantial ridge here in the central part of the country that's trying to gradually shift westward. The result of that ridge yesterday was another day of pretty nasty heat. 106 in College Station, Texas, 102 in Houston, right on the Gulf Coast there, or near the Gulf Coast, 105 in Waco. Baton Rouge again hit 100 for the second consecutive day. 101 in Monroe, Beaumont, Texas, at 100. So really a pretty nasty day of heat again yesterday and today. The heat really cranking. Another day of triple-digit heat in parts of Texas, Oklahoma, on up into Kansas and western Louisiana, parts of Arkansas as well. Upper 90s in much of Mississippi and western Tennessee. It could be 100 in a couple spots there as well. For the Carolinas, though, not too bad. We're talking mainly lower, maybe some mid-90s for high temperatures today. As I'm cutting this video this morning, pretty mean area of showers and storms has been moving through parts of the Ohio Valley, dropping southward. That's ahead of an advancing cold front that's going to keep dropping southward today, and I think that'll be enough to bring us a few scattered showers and storms into Carolinas, especially for the Piedmont zones. We're talking mainly this afternoon into this evening. Could begin as early as late morning for the mountains as that complex keeps dropping southward. So I do think we'll see a few showers and thunderstorms out there as we go through this afternoon into this evening. The primary severe weather risk with that front's just off to our north, but with that said, I do think we could see a few storms produce some damaging winds as we go through this afternoon and this evening. Now, not everyone will see the activity. It'll be a scattered type of deal, but a few of the storms could be strong. And in addition to the damaging wind potential, some frequent lightning and some briefly heavy rain. Now, let's go to tomorrow. That front will be just off to our south, so I think we'll see a dry day for much of the Piedmont and a pretty warm day with a lot of sunshine. Highs tomorrow, topping out, again, low to maybe some mid-90s. But notice that next cold front, that's tomorrow, dropping our way. For Sunday, that next front will drop in, and I think another round of scattered showers and storms coming out Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening. And there's the day 3 convective outlook, slight risk area including the western Carolinas. And again, Sunday, we'll have to watch some of the storms that do develop Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening. Could be locally strong to severe. Put this chart in here. I wanted to show you. This is the NAM. Notice it tries to develop some type of little tropical low down in the Gulf of Mexico. It's not alone in indicating that. Stick with me here. I'll show you that in just a second. Let's round out the rest of the modeling here for the Carolinas, though. This is the GFS, and it actually hangs the Sunday front up enough that it brings some scattered storms Monday. I didn't really buy that. Most of the modeling pushes that off to our south, so it looks like mainly a dry day Monday, and we'll see some slightly cooler, slightly drier air move in. It looks like really a lot of upper 80s to around 90 type of a temperature pattern coming up for next week. That's Tuesday, that is Wednesday on the GFS, and that is Thursday. The GFS keeps us dry with some slightly lower levels of humidity, 60s for lows, upper 80s to around 90 for a high. But there's a fly in the ointment. This is the tropical outlook here from the NHC early this morning. They have that low probability area indicated with a cluster of showers and storms there in the central Caribbean Sea. That is moving off to the west-northwest, and the Canadian, as well as the NAM, hop on this thing trying to develop, and this is where the Canadian puts this by midweek next week. It develops a pretty decent-looking little tropical system that moves toward the central or eastern Gulf Coast, and actually, if you track that on out, the Canadian tracks it right into the Carolinas by later Thursday or Friday of next week as a remnant tropical low. So if that were, of course, were to occur, we'd have a much higher chance of rain Thursday and Friday. That's an outlying scenario right now, but something to sort of keep in the back of our minds as we go through the forecast toward the end of next week. All right, that's it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Have a great weekend, and God bless.